Excuse me?
That's garbage.
All right, can you stop insulting me? You're holding me if you didn't want to leave. Whoever hired y'all to be stampeding me. You need
But
to
you
get out
put
of my
yourself
way
though.
and stop insulting me.
You put yourself that way. For people to
Okay.
insult you.
Stop insulting. They hire you Jamaicans to insult me. You don't want to get out of my way. Upstairs, they won't let me leave also. Okay, you all be arrested. I'm a Nigerian. I have no right to be stalking me. I don't care if you want money. You're not going to get money but jail time. Okay? So they're arresting me. I can't leave. As soon as I was about to leave the bathroom, the janitor came and was grabbing the dog from my hand. She didn't really want to go in. Just like that story. So they always want to rub their body on me. This our Shopton threatened that they know how to turn the table. I reported one of his followers, Eric Adams, to the Brooklyn prosecutor that this Manhattan, this New York City mayor, Eric Adams, ever since he became mayor, I've been getting beat up by Black Americans. I've been getting harassed, and I'm an African trying to get justice. And it seems to be inciting the attacks against me because his friend was helping me on Staten Island, Eric Garner. In 2014, with my court papers, and the police can took Eric Garner back for helping me. So, and this Eric Adams is the new mayor, and he said they don't have to. Said that it's not going to tolerate outsiders. They need to go back to where they came from. So, my mother's daughter also came here to New York and killed my mother. My mother was born in Nigeria. The drugs were born in America. The drugs were born in Florida. My mother said the drugs were inciting violence against her. So telling the hospital to lock my mother up in the psych ward. Even though my mother wasn't crazy, my mother was saying she was staying in Pennsylvania with the drugs and they were poisoning her food. They were pushing that blindly. My mother was accusing her that anytime she stopped going to give her food, my mother's heart would start cleaning her. My mother's suspicion was into insurance fraud. I think that only sells life insurance policy. You know, so my mother was suspicious of her. So my mother fled and she had a heart attack on the ground, and the ground just gave her like they didn't put her in the hospital from Pennsylvania. Drunk down in Manhattan, where the ambulance took my mother to Georgia. And my mother was starting to get better. They just finally showed up at the hospital with her sister Flora, and was lying against my mother. That's crazy, and got the hospital to kill my mother. So since then, this Eric Adams has been mocking my situation. You know, I used to go to Brooklyn to use the bathroom in the train station Court Street, across the street from his office. After Eric Garner got killed, he was the borough president then, Eric Adams. And the police wouldn't let me use the bathroom there either. So I said New York needs to treat foreigners better. I said in Ohio, in Nigeria became mayor. In Ohio, I'm a Nigerian also. And I said in Ohio, they're letting undocumented people get driver's license. And this Eric Adams, soon after the police choked me and locked up in the sidewalk. And stole my green card. Then this Eric Adams, that was in 2019. And in 2020, January 20, this Eric Adams made a speech in Harlem that you go back to Ohio, you go back to Ohio, New York is for real New Yorkers, and we're not going to tolerate you outsiders here. You're not welcome. Like I was making fun of my situation. So, and Trump said he was going to, Trump said he wants the criminal charges against Eric Adams dismissed, and I contacted the federal judge, Dale Ho, that they shouldn't dismiss that case because it was the federal charge against him stated that the Turkish government was bribing him. One of the things I noticed around the time the allegation was going on, the federal indictment, there were Turkish people that would call the police on me and try to get the police to keep me in Brooklyn. And I'll call the police on them also. And on the day I got arrested by the police in Brooklyn, a Turkish guy was menacing me, like this Jamaican guy was menacing me right now. That Turkish guy was actually grabbing my body, grabbing my head. I told him, stop that sexual harassment. On Berry Down 459 on January 23, 2019, around 8 p.m. Then the police came and knocked me down and choked me and dumped me in the sidewalk and took my green card. Then that was in January 20, 2019. Then by January 20, 2020, Eric Adams made a speech in Harlem. Since it was marketing, he said, you go back to Ohio, you go back to Iowa. But I used to say that. I say in Ohio, they treat immigrants better. In Nigeria, like me became mayor. So after, I got abused by the police and I couldn't get justice. I was choked, like my friend Uganda was choked dead. Then this Eric Adams made a speech. So you go back to Ohio, you go to Iowa. We're not going to tolerate you outside this. We're not welcome here. And since that's become mayor, he said he's going to be locking up homeless. So he said, they should be locking up homeless and calling us crazy. So the Jamaican guy was blocking me from leaving. I tried to leave outside also like some Spanish people blocking me. So I don't like people rubbing their body on my stuff because sometimes they said during the Paris Olympics, people were claiming that they were getting bed bugs from rubbing other people's luggage. So I don't want to be exploited by nobody. Then even after the kid at Garner, I used to ride a boat and I used to charge my phone on the boat and my tablet. All of a sudden, I plugged in my tablet. It was on my lap, and the tablet blew up. Boom! They went and changed the power volt. And the New York Post reported it that, one of the newspapers then reported that a lot of people charging their phone on the boat were experiencing explosions. Soon after that, a room I rented also was blown up before the kid had begun. So I've been experiencing a lot of terrorism, whereby they try to blow up when I'm charging my phone on the ferry going to Staten Island from here, or coming here from Staten Island, they will try to blow up the entire boat. So a lot of strange occurrences, and the latest thing now is the security guard to be harassing me anytime I go upstairs to use the bathroom. And when I come downstairs here to use the bathroom, there's this bathroom for customers upstairs at the ferry, Manhattan Terminal. People will trying to bump their body and like rub their body on me. And some people will tell me you're going to be killed soon. So I don't want to be killed. And people make claims that I had bed bugs on the body from rubbing their body. So, that's why I take caution not to be bumping their body on me. So I'm being self extortion, and the cameras that were recorded, I was, as soon as I was about to make some Spanish in the film, it was like she was heckling or something. Before she came into the bathroom, she was talking to somebody and telling them she just want to use the bathroom real quick, real quick, real quick. I have diarrhea, so they always try to make me panic when I'm using the bathroom. The bathroom closes at 7, so that was around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. The time now is like 6:30 p.m. So the bathroom is not closing until, later 7 p.m. So I don't know why. She was just trying to get me excited. Before I come out the bathroom, the guy to open the door in the bathroom. And so, it's just like they're making me feel unwelcome. I'm a transsexual in the women's bathroom. And that's just too much harassment. You should use the bathroom in privacy. I always lock the stall I'm in. So it's like they're just trying to get me angry. They say that's the best way to kill somebody in this country. Get the person angry and call the police. And the police will call it accidental killing. And they say also this Trump also has been saying he's going to fire somebody in the IRS. And the IRS, I've been expecting my tax refund, stimulus check from them, and they refused to send it to me. They sent me a letter that denied one of my claims for tax refund, even though they're supposed to give me the refund for 2021, the stimulus check. They refused to send it to me. So the last letter I got from the IRS is they denying my claim for 2020. So I filed it too late. But the one I filed for 2021 was on time. So we expected them to approve that check for 2000. I filed the one for 2020 and 2021 together. The separate forms are put in the same envelope. So they sent me a denial letter. I filed this in 2024, September. And they should have sent me a response in 2024. Now they waited till Trump is president and sent me a denial notice, just on Saturday, April 18, 2025. That's when they sent me the denial notice. Oh, Saturday is April 19th. I'm sorry. April 19th, 2020. Today's Easter Sunday. It's like they just want me to feel bad. So they want me to be shocked to death. Like they said it's one of the ways they abuse people. Their law enforcement just cause you constant pain. Because there are medical studies that say there's something called broken heart syndrome, and you could actually have a heart attack and die if people just keep giving you bad news, making you panic. So this is what it's like a war crime they're conducting. They say they do that to foreigners in Guantanamo Bay prison, the Arabs. They just torture them, don't let them use make them feel like they're blindfold them and choke them, make them feel like they're being dumped in a river, and they'll pass out to that take up waterboarding. So they're doing all kinds of psychological torture on me, inviting Jamaicans. Before my mother died, one of the nurses was a Jamaican and was berating my mother. My mother told that Jamaican nurse to help her because my mother was on the bed and she said she needs to change her body position, but she put my mother on stomach drug. She couldn't get up herself. And the Jamaican nurse said she's not going to help my mother. She has to remain in pain. So that Jamaican nurse was berating my mother. That was on Sunday. By 3 days later, they said my mother was dead. She was being forced into the psych ward against her will, and that got her angry. Her daughter was involved, can't pull her. So they were just people were just inciting panic, annoying my mother. So my mother threatened the Jamaican nurse that she was going to file a complaint against the Jamaicans because my mother works as a nursing assistant for herself. So she knows the law that a nurse is not supposed to leave you in pain and not help you change your position. I'm also a nursing aide, a home health aide, so I know under the law you have to help the patient change the position. Yeah, no, and before my mother could file a complaint, they killed her within 3 days, locked her up in the psych. So I believe that they're threatening me with also trying to lock me up in the psych ward. So they're hiring Jamaican, Spanish, and trying to demolish me. There's a law against that called anti-lynch law. So I just reported Trump on Friday, April 18, 2025 to the Brooklyn prosecutor, and I'm expecting to get a response tomorrow. He said they want to kill me before tomorrow. Because this Al Sharpton said, because this Eric Adam has threatened that some Negroes want him removed from office, and and he thinks those Negroes are crazy. And then he put a policy in place that should arrest him almost like and put us in the cycle. Okay, and that's the threat. And Al Sharpton is the mentor to Eric Adam, and he said, you know, he also calls people Negroes, and if anybody threatens his community, they're going to turn the table around. So I've been getting attacked by Spanish, Black Americans in the past few days alone. So I don't know if they're trying to kill me before Monday, because I'm expecting to get a response from that Brooklyn prosecutor on Monday. I hope they don't scare him from responding to my judge. I've contacted the Brooklyn prosecutor Gonzalez. I don't know if they're going to be threatening him and his staff also, so they don't get back to me. So this is what is going. In case anything happens to me, Eric Adam, Trump, Al Sharpton, they need to be queried because I'm experiencing increase in attack. Like that Jamaican guy was trying to bump into me, and as soon as I tried to leave upstairs, the Spanish people were trying to bump into me, with their baby stroller. I'm like, no, I don't want you to claim your baby stroller quartz bed bugs with your baby in it while you are bumping into it. That's why I came back downstairs, and the Jamaican was blocking me from leaving. And she was garbage, you're garbage. I'm like, stop berating me. Trump also came to New York and was calling immigrants garbage and stuff. They call me garbage all the time. So they say there's a mafia going on here. They always try to set my device on fire. Around 2014, close to it, I would charge my phone on the boat, and they would increase the voltage of the charger, and my tablet would blow in pieces, and it would electrocute me. And so it was happening to other people, and the people were laughing. So they need to, this is terrorism under United States law. When you commit terrorism in a transportation facility, it's life in prison. A Black American was shooting at people on the R train on 36th Street 2 years ago. It's now 7 years in prison. A Nigerian also, they called him underwear bomber, was trying to blow up an American plane from England, and it's now 7 years in prison. So I don't know why there's a special law that they don't want, that they're giving these people special protection. So, this is act of terrorism, and this Adam needs to be investigated because anytime I try to use the bathroom upstairs, also, the security will gone, will prevent me. So get out of the train, get out of the train, get out of the ferry. So this happened some days ago. I went to use the bathroom and I was uploading videos because I was being threatened in the bathroom also. So I was uploading videos to YouTube. So this was government. So I'm a Nigerian transsexual, and I'm being harassed, I'm being followed, and I'm being menaced. My mother got killed under the same level of harassment. Even her daughters joined in. So I don't know. My mother was saying she was suspecting her daughters were part of the street gang. So I think they're involved in street gangs, and they may have encouraged my mother's daughters to kill her, and make money through it, kill her in a government hospital, and get the money, and claim it was accidental killing by the hospital. It's putting stress on my mother. Even though the daughters were the one that incited the hospital to put my mother in cycle. They call it ghetto lottery. When you create harm and blame it on the city and get money and spoil the city. So my mother, they used my mother to sacrifice the daughters. My mother was telling me about it, and I'm under FBI surveillance since 2000 when I was locked up in the immigration prison. I came from Nigeria with my mother in 2000, and the immigration arrested me at JFK Airport. See, I didn't have a visa, even though I had a green card stamp on my passport. So I've been trying to sue the U.S. immigration. I've been trying to sue. And I can't get a lawyer. So they said one way to go about it is if they kill me and they claim I'm crazy, they said the law would extend the statute of limitation for them to get all the money. So I believe that's why they want to claim I'm crazy and kill me. Because I've missed all the statute of limitation already. My mother was killed in May 2015. So I'm trying to sue under the torture law. That's a 10-year statute of limitation. That would expire next month. So I think they feel I'm not going to be able to meet the statute of limitations. So that's why they want to kill me immediately now. or call me crazy now to extend the statute of limitation and have someone else take the money. So, so I'm going to forward this to the Brooklyn prosecutor that they're engaging in a ghetto lottery. So they've been having some black Americans and some other people that have been bringing children around me, calling me mama, dada. I'm saying, I'm not your mama, I'm not your baba. So I believe they think they can kill me and claim I'm a surrogate, I adopted all these babies. They said dead people tell no tale. So this is the scam they're trying to work. And extort, and filed the lawsuit on my behalf and claim I became crazy. So I couldn't file any lawsuit and get all the money and use it to raise their own children. I did not adopt any child. I'm not a surrogate for anybody. I'm a transsexual, I'm married, I'm not a surrogate. So this is a scam going on. My mother was killed and her daughter stole all the money. I believe she shared it with the gang members. My mother was saying her daughter was part of a street gang in Pennsylvania. That daughter has a criminal history. She was living with a white family and beat up the white family with her sister. So she was put in juvenile detention. He used to beat up my mother and my girl sister. My mother sister over here because she said she wanted to come to America with her other sister. So my mother lived with a white family, she knows. And as soon as they got here to America, they beat up the white family in 1990. So the white family called the police on them and they put them in juvenile prison. They were even going to send them back to Nigeria. But because they were born here, also the police sent them back to Nigeria. So they stayed in foster care. So this is what is going on here now. So the Brooklyn prosecutor has to investigate this. The black Americans and the Spanish are harassing in subway here in Manhattan. I filed a complaint with the Brooklyn prosecutor on April 18, Friday, 2025. And since then, as I was saying, this Eric Adam, as soon as I filed a complaint with the judge handling this case, Bill Hall, asking the judge not to dismiss this case like Trump wanted. This Eric Adams responded immediately to some Negroes who want him removed from office, and he thinks those Negroes are crazy. And the judge went ahead and dismissed the case anyway. He didn't mind what I wrote in the email to the judge. So this Eric Adams, as a retribution, retaliation, said his police is going to be arresting all the homeless people in cycle. So they're trying to provoke him to set up a false arrest. So Brooklyn prosecuted obstruction of justice. The Jamaican guy that was blocking me and the Spanish people that were blocking me from exiting both ways down here and upstairs, this needs to be investigated. So I'm also trying to buy water. So I always come to the Dwayne Reed on upstairs on Whitehall Street. So anytime I'm trying to buy water or anything like that, use my use my um use my food stamp card. They will harass me on that day. So I'm under the FBI surveillance, so they have stuff like camera. So they already know when I run out of water, I always buy water at the road. So I think they always want to trap me close to the time. I shop with my food stamp card so that in case I'm killed, they can all file claims and claim I was slandering them and they need money. So I believe, this is criminality also, because the weather's getting hot, I'm drinking a lot of water. So my water is running out, So I always buy water at the Dwayne Reed. So anytime my water is running out and I want to buy water at the Dwayne Reed upstairs with my food stamp card, I get jumped. Yeah. So I believe the FBI surveillance was picked it up that my water's about to finish. I drink a lot of water. 1 gallon could last me one day. So they know I drink a lot of water. And I always buy it in reserve. I had to buy this from the store and pay $3. So I prefer to use my food stamp card. So I believe they're rogue in the FBI is snitching, and there's been even the business department guy that they arrested, has been arrested for corruption, said Eric Adams has snitches in the FBI. They're always informing about what is going on, who the FBI is watching. So I believe the FBI, some of the rogue FBI is leaking information to the street thugs because they're watching on their satellite camera, also like the Salman Bahari. They said they put immigrants under the highest form of surveillance after 9/11. So I was put in immigration prison close to 9/11, and I was released. So they're abusing their power. So they're using the highly sophisticated. They said they were using such sophisticated method to watch Martin Luther King was also assassinated them. There was a lawsuit filed by his family, late. They could only win $100 where they found the U.S. government. They said the U.S. government was the one that hired the FBI working for the U.S. government. And CIA hired the assassin that killed Martin Luther King. It wasn't the crazy person that killed him who was hired. But the Martin Luther King family could only get $100 because they filed the lawsuit late. They didn't get all the information in time. So this was going on.